Ahead tonight, we'll tell you why a Paradise Island resort is closing its doors. And coming up in sports, the Summer of Thunder ready to make a big bang here in the Bahamas. The Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, starts now.
Now in HD. Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the weekend edition of The Bahamas Tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Paradise Island Harbor Resort will close its doors beginning this coming Monday, but the closure is not for good. The resort, we're told, will reopen in 2015 after it undergoes major renovations. Warwick International Hotels, the owners and operators of the resort, made the announcement on Friday. The owners also say the renovations to its rooms, public areas, and main entrance will permit it to reopen in 2015 as a 4-star deluxe facility, bringing it up to par with the company's other facilities. Now, this announcement comes less than a week after it was announced the one and only Ocean Club on Paradise Island was sold to Access Industries. Now, although senior management up at Curzon International has given union officials assurances that the recent sale of the one and only Ocean Club will not affect the company's current structure and staffing levels, the bargaining unit says it is still on pause. Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union General Secretary Darren Woods tells NS News that while the union does have some reservations, it is happy that the sale is or has been complete with the jobs of its members still intact.
We got a call from management, senior management, who indicated that the sale was going through and everything would remain as it is now, with the management team continuing to manage, and there would be no redundancies or layoffs, and all of the employees would pretty much be intact. So of course that was a relief for us.
And while that may be so, Wood says union executives have now turned their attention to working with Access Industries, the new owners of the property, with a meeting scheduled between executives from both sides soon.
At that time, we'll get to hear all of the plans that they have, because everything that we've been told now would have been second-hand information. Because we'd like to know what are the plans, what type of, because we understand that they're supposed to be doing some expansion. How is the expansion going to affect the employees? To what tone, to what degree? What type of expansion is going to happen?
Access announced Monday that it has also acquired additional beachfront property for future development under the transaction. Chairman Len Blavatnik is also on record saying that his company is pleased to include this unique property in its portfolio of iconic hotels, which includes an upcoming development in Miami Beach, as well as properties in France and Buenos Aires. This experience in the hotel industry is something Wood says gives the union some sort of comfort.
It's always good to have someone who is in the business, running the business. Because anytime you have someone who is, if I could say it, passing through, they don't tend to spend the quality, the time and the monies that are necessary to kind of develop, market, to get a good return on it. But because it is their business, they're in the hotel business, so we look forward to seeing them invest some monies in the hotel and to be in a long haul. I would say that we are still cautious, but we're glad to know that this is a chapter that will be able to be put behind the employees.
In labor news this Sunday, Bahamas Public Services and Communications Union officials are hoping to secure a stronger industrial agreement for employees at the Bahamas Telecommunications Company when negotiations begin on July 1st. With current BTC CEO Jeff Houston set to leave at the end of June, Union President Bernard Evans anticipates the union will be working with Leon Williams, who will be taking over that post. Evans contends there are areas of concern that have arisen that he hopes to resolve for the protection of workers. He lamented the company's workforce is reportedly stretched now, with one person doing the job of 2 or 3 people without the appropriate monetary compensation. And while he's encouraging the hiring of additional staff, there are other major concerns.
There's a threat of outsourcing. Okay, now while we cannot prevent our managers from doing what they want, but certainly we will have some protection, whether it can be against redundancy or against outsourcing. And so that is our key focus in trying to protect our members. And also our pension plan. You know, BDC is still aged corporation in terms of workforce. The average age is above 30, and so and the tenure of service is above 25, and so a lot of people within the next 4 to 5 years will be eligible for retirement, and so our pension is very, very important, and so we want to ensure that that is also protected as best we can.
Central Bank of the Bahamas marking its 40th anniversary Friday evening with the opening of an exhibition in Rawson Square detailing the bank's landmark moments since opening on June 1st, 1974. Minister of Finance and Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, noted that he hopes the exhibition will help Bahamians understand the important role of the central bank to the orderly development of the economy, but also the importance of the personalities who've headed the financial institution.
Over the last 40 years, the bank has successfully carried out its mission to foster an environment of monetary stability conducive to economic development and to ensure a stable and sound financial system. And it is clearly to be understood that without strict adherence to this mission, the bank and indeed the Bahamas could be in a very different position than the one we hold today. The central bank also supervises all other banks, promoting the soundness of banks through the effective application of international regulatory and supervisory standards.
Central Bank Governor Wendy Craig pointed out that the bank's journey is closely entwined with the nation's journey as it was created shortly after independence. Governor Craig maintains the bank has sought to maintain the fixed exchange rate of the Bahamian dollar and promote financial stability through balanced and consistent oversight of the financial sector.
Through our oversight mechanisms, we assure stable and efficient payment systems which support confidence in financial transactions. And finally, our collection, analysis, and publication of timely, reliable monetary, financial, and real sector statistics empower the government and the public at large in their decision-making processes.
650 Rangers completed their tenure with the Bahamas or Royal Bahamas Defence Force Rangers today. Jared Higgs tells us more about the program, which was initially designed to address behavioral problems in young men.
Saturday's Royal Bahamas Defence Force Rangers graduation ceremony was a demonstration of youthful discipline, brilliantly contrasting the usual criticism of young people in the country.
We must all be proud of their accomplishment, as they have demonstrated through their commitment to this program that they are willing to be models of excellence within their homes, their schools, and their communities.
Scores of proud parents vibrantly cheered every time the rising Rangers successfully performed a command. These graduates joined the 5,000 students who have been inducted into the program since its inception. The program, which is one of a kind for our nation, currently has 900 members, representing 33 schools across New Providence, Abaco, and Grand Bahama. National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage advised the group of their newly endowed responsibility, noting that among them are the nation's future leaders.
Rangers, I want to encourage you and remind you that you now have a duty to do that which is right. You must continue to be guided by the principles and teachings given to you by your instructors. You can be future leaders of tomorrow. You have an enviable opportunity to make a difference in your schools, in your communities, and in your country.
Outstanding Rangers like C.C. Sweeting Senior High School's Teresa Pierre were recognized for their achievements. She was awarded the Minister of National Security Award for exemplary character and leadership. While addressing the graduates, Minister Nottage noted that he hadn't seen such a lovely group of young people in a very long time. He also noted that the 650 graduates represent what happens when you travel the path of dedication, determination, and discipline. Jared Higgs, ZNS Network News.
Police need your help solving a stabbing incident that has left 3 men detained in hospital. Authorities confirmed that it was shortly after 1 o'clock this morning when a fight broke out at a nightclub on Elizabeth Avenue, which led to the stabbing of 3 men. The victims are said to be detained in stable condition. Investigations are ongoing. All right, when the weekend edition continues, hear how a grill master can master his skills. That story and more after this short break.